welcome to my gardens again. It's been a while. I figured it is January 1st, 2026. We've had a little dusting of snow last night. Still pretty breezy. I've been out here through most of December, planning and working on a few things. And then the cold comes in and it becomes difficult. Ground's frozen. We had a couple good storms, and then we had a bit of a, I'll show you, I've been meaning to get to my rose arbor. It's been too cold, and I don't usually mind the cold, but when it's cold and windy, it becomes a problem. But yeah, we had most things have done fairly well through the winter. I have some other plans over here come spring. My broccoli hasn't died yet from the frost and the cold, but I don't think I'm going to get anything. It's a little too late. So if you go through my old videos, there were 3 eastern white pines there. Well, one of them's in my backyard. They went up taking the other 2 out. And so, 3 days ago, at 10 p.m. At night, just when my wife was going to sleep, in a corner of the house is our master bedroom. That 60-foot plus eastern white pine came crashing down. So now, waiting on insurance and other stuff, but this changes the entire dynamic of my backyard from the gardens, because those trees, one, covered my really shady stuff where the tree is, from even getting rain, and it was completely shaded. That also shaded everything really up against my house and against the fence, especially late morning, during the summer. So it'll be interesting to see how different it will be now that these are gone. So luckily it didn't hit anyone's house, including ours. But this is, the other benefit now is there's no pine trees left. So I don't have to deal with the acidic soil and the acid issues from the pine needles, and the million pine cones from these trees. Won't get in my gutters anymore, and clog up my gutters. But the issue with this tree is this is English ivy. This is what I've presented to my insurance company and the homeowner, that this is the contributing factor, that not only it takes the nutrients away from the trees, it blocks sunlight into the base of the tree, causes insect issues and pest issues. Somehow it didn't hit my arbors with my grapes, but it did land in my neighbor's pool. And this is my neighbor's fence, which is completely destroyed over here. So we gotta figure that out. But this is what happens with ivy. It is English ivy is non-native, and in most states is considered an invasive weed, including here in New Jersey. Some townships, communities, counties have ordinances about not only planting new ivy, but the maintaining of such type of plant. that it has to be, can't be 25 feet within the property line, can't be growing up trees, and but our township doesn't have that. But I'm going to push for that now, because this was a contributing factor that almost landed on our house. Because now over here, and the other two trees that they took out yesterday, they were the same type of eastern white pine, had the ivy growing all the way up to the top. So you're talking 1,000-pound plus weight added to the tree. And it also, ivy creates a sail type aspect where pine trees allow wind to penetrate through the tree. It doesn't block the wind, doesn't trap it. And once ivy starts growing up, it creates almost a jacket around the tree, which then you get a 60-foot tall tree with a jacket on, and 30-40 mile-an-hour gust winds. It has something to grab onto. So here I have English ivy growing. It's all my neighbor's property, growing up a maple tree. It's quarter the way up. And what I'll do is it'll just start sucking nutrients, not from the tree, because it doesn't get into the membrane of the tree. It's on the bark. It takes nutrients and water from the ground, but then it blocks the sunlight onto the bark, so the trees don't dry out after a rain. And it basically encapsulates them and creates a hazard, besides the fact it's non-native. But this is what we have to deal with in suburbia. I'm trying to help people understand the native plant concerns, or the non-native plant concerns. But there you have it. So the dynamics of our backyard will definitely change. I'm hoping for the better, because I struggle with things back there, because it's either full shade, part shade, half in the morning, half in the afternoon, and then high pH with the pine needles. So it's a much different landscape. But thanks for watching. I'll keep you up to date.